Hey folks, I just came back from the ONVO L90 launch. One that was type of a shock the world launch. And I've had some time to gather my thoughts. I think I'm still gathering my thoughts because of the way that it went down. The ONVO L90 has officially been cemented as the first blockbuster model in the 11-year history of NIO. And my goodness, I mean, I've attended my share of events over the past, 25 years in China and throughout the world. And I think it's one of the first times in recent memory that I've heard so much cheering. I've heard so much wows. I've heard so much clapping for a product launch. And NIO saved the best for last because I've been back in China for almost a month. And I mean, it's been an incredible month, incredible summer, starting off earlier in the month with the Xpeng G7. And then the pre-sale exactly 3 weeks ago of the ONVO L90. That already piqued the industry interest because when it was announced, it was $279,900 with the BaaS pricing of $193,900. And I, at the time, had expected that it was going to be $259,900. And lo and behold, tonight, every time when Li Bin announced the pricing of the 6-seat Pro, Max, Ultra, there were huge cheers. They were clapping, myself included. And think about it, the fact that you can now buy a 6-seat, 3-row, fully electric large SUV for right around $25,000. Now that's the BaaS pricing of the $179,800 for the Pro version, and then $193,800 for the Max version. And the other big thing was that this big guy, this ONVO L90 topped at under 300,000 RMB, which is just over $40,000. It's incredible. And I had a chance to ask Li Bin right after the official launch ended, and he was on stage, and I asked him, when did you decide on the pricing? And he said, we decided on the pricing a long time ago, which to me means that they have given the thought about making this a blockbuster model. And their job, I said in my test drive video that this is going to be big in every sense of the word. It's a huge car itself. It was big in the sense that it was trying to change the plug-in and EREV dominated large SUV segment in China. And second, as NIO looks ahead to breaking even by the end of the year, this is such a huge model. And I think tonight they hit a home run. They hit the ball out of the park. I was expecting lower prices, but at the moment, the $179,800 was announced. I mean, I think people went crazy. And then up on stage, I stayed for quite a while, and I just marveled at Li Bin. He was just taking interviews from the Chinese KOLs. He was signing hats and banners from would-be owners or existing ONVO owners. I mean, like I said, Brother Bin became a deity Bin tonight because that's his nickname. And like I said, in my years of covering the Chinese auto industry, it's been a long time since I've attended one where a product was such well received. And one of the things that I saw was on stage, even the media, the potential owners that got invited up on stage, all they did was put up their phones and show the order page, locked in orders to Li Bin. And NIO does not, I'm not sure, I don't think they will announce pre-order numbers. They never really did in any of their previous models. But in my test drive video, I said that they would get a B if they deliver 5,000 a month, and an A if they can deliver 10,000 a month. Now, based on what happened tonight, I have every reason to believe that number will actually be very close to 10,000 rather than 5,000. And I think the ONVO L90 just completely disrupted this segment. I'm hearing a lot of media chatter on the Li Auto i8 launch, which I've attended, but I think Li Auto currently has to deal with that trucking controversy, the head-on collision between the Li Auto i8 and the Dongfeng Chenglong heavy-duty truck. And Dongfeng actually came out with a statement today that actually they believe it was inappropriate on Li Auto's part. And I think we're going to see a huge beef and see how Li Auto reacts. But tonight, ONVO L90 saved the best for last. It's end of the month, July 31st. We'll see the July sales numbers, but don't pay attention to those. What we're really trying to see in August, when the August numbers come out, what type of number that ONVO will get, combining the existing L60. And I'm thinking that they can very well get to 15,000 units in August for ONVO if ONVO L60 also continues kind of the momentum. My goodness, I think everybody was speechless tonight, and a lot of clapping. Myself, if I put my consumer hat on, I definitely put on an order. But since I'm not living in China at the moment, too bad. But this is something that I think will attract a lot of orders. You've seen probably the videos of people lining up in one of the showrooms in Shenzhen and putting in orders. I think ONVO for the L90, Li Bin and company, they were ready to deliver quite some time ago and expecting this to be a blockbuster. And now it has. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think we have to see going forward the NIO brand, ONVO, how consistently they can deliver, if they want to get to break even. I think that's the next challenge. I don't have any doubt that currently in this 6-seat, 3-row, fully electric large SUV market, the ONVO L90 will lead by far because it has the best pricing and maybe the kind of the configuration, what NIO is throwing in as in terms of packages before August 31st. But boy, I'm just glad that we have one of these finally a night where Li Bin and company and everybody in NIO, I think a sigh of relief that this is their moment, and that so many years, just kind of like the Li Auto i8, right? It's been 10 years in the making. I think the ONVO L90 is also 10 years or 11 years in the making. And tomorrow I will be at the interview for Li Bin, so we'll find out more about his thoughts, expectations about breaking even and the three brands. But that's it from me tonight. I'm going to give it a little bit more thought, but that's my quick reaction to the ONVO L90 launch, the biggest product launch in the 11-year history of NIO. Good night.